Ladies and gentlemen, according to you, when did you notice that there were problems in UDA? When did you notice that there's a problem between the President William Ruto and, of course, his deputy Rigathi Gachagua? According to me, I noted that there's a problem when we had Rigathi Gachagua standing on top of a car saying that if joining Raila Amolo Odinga is okay, then also him as the mountain son, joining their son Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, it is also okay. This was a time when he was in Nyeri, giving the speech on top of a mountain, saying on the reasons to why it's being fought by young leaders in government, junior leaders actually in government. So therefore, before I dissect on this video currently today, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure to subscribe, like and comment, because that's the best support. You can always give this channel. Now, to be honest, there are problems between the deputy president and the president currently. And as we watch everything, the speeches that the deputy president is making, he's a scared man and is worried on what is the next move that is going to happen. Right now, the people of the deputy president have already started speaking about the impeachment of Gachagua and a motion that is about to be tabled in parliament. And actually, before do you think the tabling will happen and Gachagua will be impeached? That's when I leave it for you and for another video that I'll make some other day. So checking from what is happening, it is clear that there's a problem in government. Why could such conversations of impeachment begin? Then therefore, there's one person who has betrayed the other. And that is clearly, maybe William Ruto he has seen that Rigathi Gachagua is going against to the principles of his work, of the principles of his government. So checking from what is happening, it's clear there are problems, and these problems are not going to end anytime soon. Anytime soon. There's also something that I noticed recently. Ndindi Nyoro went to his constituency. He launched a road constructed by the national government. He went ahead to quote some of the roads that will be done in the mountain, including the Mau roads. While Rigathi Gachagua is going to churches for donations, for churches for prayers, for launching, for coronation of some people. I mean, he has just been moving in the churches, and there's no significant thing that is saying about the government. There's no meeting he's chairing. There's nothing that is happening. When I saw this kind of actions, I realized that Rigathi Gachagua is very free. When Ndindi Nyoro is at work and the government is at work, it's only the man, is the only man in government who is free right now to do all these things. We have not had any meeting that is being held by Rigathi Gachagua. Then that means clearly that he is an outsider in government. But how did he reveal these problems? Because he was the first person to come out. Now, another thing I also noted, Rigathi Gachagua, when he started going to the mountain, saying there's need an equitable share of resources to the mountain based on their voting block, I felt like this is the moment to listen to and know that Rigathi Gachagua is not in good terms with the president. Why am I saying so? One man, one vote, one shilling was one thing that William Ruto was against, and actually came out publicly in various platforms and said, we cannot discredit some regions while we credit others. Cannot take resources from the one side and give. We must find a formula that is okay for everybody. And they said that every person in government in the Republic of Kenya had an equal chance to get resources just like any other person, and there's no conversation of that kind that is going to happen in the country. This was against Rigathi Gachagua's sentiments that is fighting for the unity of the mountain in the name of one man, one vote, one shilling. Some leaders from the government came out like Imani Chungwa, Moses Kuria, calling him a tribalist, saying that we cannot allow this kind of politics to happen in this country, saying that this is going against your boss. You have to respect your boss. Don't bring out such kind of a thing. So that was very clear. Another thing, I noticed that the government has a problem with Gachagua when he came out to also say this, that they gave the government 47% and they need resources. Now, quoting this 47% itself, it was enough that you are giving William Ruto a warning that we voted for you as the majority. And therefore, the majority we demand, as the majority, we demand so many things. You cannot blackmail the president, the sitting president of the Republic of Kenya. Why am I saying so? If you blackmail him, then you are putting yourself in danger. That is exactly what Rigathi Gachagua did. So as we speak currently, Rigathi Gachagua keeps on cementing on the reasons as to why he feels that, the reasons why the public feels there's a problem. Now, if you check also clearly, recently Rigathi Gachagua's people were already taken for grilling at the DCI headquarters, and some of them were held there for 48 hours. That was against Rigathi Gachagua's views and any other person. And what were they questioned about? About Rigathi Gachagua, but according to what is happening from the DCI. So already Rigathi Gachagua himself, his people around him are being hunted. What does this show? Waters are being tested. Next is Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, he's being associated with the Gen Z millennial protest. And during the Gen Z millennial protest, this is the time they were saying that a coup was supposed to be done, where there was supposed to be not a coup as such, but the government was supposed to be overthrown. That is when we say that now. Was Gachagua involved in the protests? Is he supposed to be really sacrificed for that? Is it true the government that what the government saying the correct thing? But the fact remains, all these allegations are pointing towards one thing. There's a big problem between President William Ruto and his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua. Other thing I want to say about here is this. If you check clearly what is happening, the allies of Rigathi Gachagua are speaking of impeachment. This impeachment motion is not always brought on very shadow grounds. There must be deep-rooted reasons that guarantee the people of some people who are allied to William Ruto and they come from the mountain to support the motion in Parliament. That means there's clear evidence for ousting this gentleman from power. That means it is very clear that if this motion goes through, there will be clear evidence and probably it might lead to either arrest or prosecution of some people in the country. Then that means that William Ruto could be sure there was an overthrowing of the government, or could be sure that Rigathi Gachagua is engaged in activities that are against the wishes of the UDA people and the government at large, including himself. I don't want to say more about Rigathi Gachagua, but that's my video there and there. And if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. My name is Abel Mokwa.